Welcome to Learning Radius. Welcome to Learning Radius Current Affairs 2020-21. In this video, we'll be discussing another 10 topics related to science and technology. And the 10 topics of discussion are Asteroid 465824, Hayang 2C, NASA Sonification Project, Race Summit 2020, Feluda, Brucellosis, Solar Cycle 25, IRAD app, Rafale Aircraft, water on the moon. The first topic of discussion is Asteroid 465824. NASA says Asteroid 465824 210FR, which is twice as big as the Pyramid of Giza, may cross the Earth's orbit on September 6. It is classified as a near-Earth object, NEO, and a potentially hazardous asteroid, that is PHA. NEOs occasionally move close to Earth as they orbit the Sun, and when this happens, NASA Center for Near-Earth Object Study determines their distance. NASA defines NEO as comets and asteroids nudged by the gravitational attraction of nearby planets into orbits that allow them to enter Earth's neighborhood. These objects are composed mostly of water ice with embedded dust particles. Asteroid 465824 210FR was discovered on March 18, 2010 by the Catalina Sky Survey CSS. So that is about asteroid 465824 from geography point of view, the fundamentals of asteroid, what is an asteroid, there should be clarity. Now this is classified as near Earth object and a potentially hazardous asteroid. Near Earth objects occasionally move close to Earth as they orbit the Sun. When this happens, NASA Center for Near Earth Object Study determines their distance. NASA defines NEOs as comets and asteroids nudged by the gravitational attraction of nearby planets into orbit that allow them to enter the Earth's neighborhood. These objects are composed mostly of water ice with embedded dust particles. Asteroid 465824 210FR was discovered on March 18, 2010 by the Catalina Sky Survey, that is another point. Next topic of discussion is Hayang 2C, that is HY2C. China successfully launched its HY2C Ocean Observer satellite into planned orbit via Long March 4B carrier rocket from the Jiuquan Satellite Launch Center in North China's Shaanxi province. So that's about the Hayang 2C. So China successfully launched its HY2C Ocean Observer satellite into planned orbit via a Long March 4B carrier rocket from the Jiuquan Satellite Launch Center in North China's Shaanxi province. The Hayang 2C, that is HY2C satellite, named after the Chinese word Hayang for ocean and given the HY designation for short, is the country's third ocean observation satellite and the second spaceborne infrastructure satellite to provide ocean dynamics monitoring service. The HY2C satellites will team up with the HY2B, which was launched in October 2018, and subsequent Y2D satellite to form a network for maritime environment monitoring, enabling China to carry out 24/7 all-weather high-precision monitoring of maritime data including sea surface height, wave height as well as oceanic water color. The HY2C satellite and the Long March 4B carrier rocket were developed by the state-owned space giant China Aerospace Science and Technology Corp and China's Ministry of Natural Resources in charge of its operation. The mission marked the 347th flight of the Long March launch vehicle family. So that's about the Hayang 2C, that is HY2C. So China successfully launched its HY2C Ocean Observation satellite into planned orbit via Long March 4B carrier rocket from the Jiuquan Satellite Launch Center in North China's Shaanxi province. Next topic of discussion is NASA Sonification Project. A new sonification project from NASA's Chandra X-ray Center has done just that, letting us hear the center of the Milky Way, the supernova remnant Cassiopeia A, and the pillars of Croatian Nebula. This project allows audiences, including visually impaired communities, to experience space through data. Sonification is a process that translates data into sound. So sonification is a process that translates data into sound, and a new project brings the center of the Milky Way to listeners for the first time. So that's about NASA Sonification Project. Next is Race Summit 2020. Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi inaugurated Race 2020, a mega virtual summit on artificial intelligence. Race 2020 is a global meeting of minds to exchange ideas and chart a course for using artificial intelligence for social transformation. inclusion and empowerment in areas like healthcare, agriculture, education, smart mobility, among other sectors. So, RACE Summit 2020, Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi inaugurated RACE 2020, a mega virtual summit on artificial intelligence. RACE 2020 is a global meeting of minds to exchange ideas and chart a course for using artificial intelligence for social transformation, inclusion and empowerment in areas like healthcare, agriculture, education and smart mobility, among other sectors. Next is Feluda. Feluda, a low-cost indigenously developed testing method that can detect the novel coronavirus accurately in less than 30 minutes, has been approved for commercially use by the Drug Control General of India. So that's the term FELUDA, Feluda. Feluda significantly reduces the diagnostic time, which will come in handy considering the nationwide COVID-19 case tally has been consistently rising at an exponential rate. So that is about Feluda. It's a low-cost indigenously developed testing method that can detect the novel coronavirus accurately in less than 30 minutes, has been approved for commercially use by the Drug Control General of India. What is Feluda? Feluda stands for FNCAS9 Editor Linked Uniform Detection Assay. So that is Feluda. It is FNCAS9 Editor Linked Uniform Detection Assay. The name is also a tribute to Satyajit Ray's well-known fictional character of the same name, a private detective in a series of Bengali novels. So that is another related GK related to Feluda. Next topic is brucellosis. The Health Commission of Lanzhou City in China announced that a leak in a biopharmaceutical company last year caused an outbreak of brucellosis disease. More than 3,000 people have been infected with the disease since, and no fatalities have been reported so far. So that is about brucellosis. The Health Commission of Lanzhou City in China announced that a leak in a biopharmaceutical company last year caused an outbreak of brucellosis disease. More than 3,000 people have been infected with the disease since no fatalities have been reported so far. So obviously, what is brucellosis should be very clear in your mind. So brucellosis is a bacterial disease that mainly infect cattle, swine, goats, sheep, and dogs. Humans can get infected if they come in direct contact with infected animals, or by eating or drinking contaminated animal products, or by inhaling airborne agents. According to WHO, most cases of the disease are caused by ingesting unpasteurized milk or cheese from infected goats or sheep. So that is about brucellosis as such. Symptoms of the disease include fever, sweat, malaise, anorexia, headache, and muscle pain. While some signs and symptoms can last for a long period of time, others may never go away. These include recurrent fevers, arthritis, swelling of the testicles and scrotum area, swelling of the heart, neurological symptom, chronic fatigue, depression, and swelling of the liver or spleen. So human to human transmission of the virus is very rare. So that's about the fundamentals of brucellosis, and the discussion is a leak in a biopharmaceutical company last year caused an outbreak of brucellosis disease right from China. That's the discussion. Next is Solar Cycle 25. NASA and the National Ocean and Atmospheric Administration on Tuesday jointly released a consensus statement announcing the commencement of Solar Cycle 25 as the star governing our solar system, sun's activities impact Earth and the overall space weather. So NASA and the National Oceanic and the Atmospheric Administration (NOAA) on Tuesday jointly released a consensus statement announcing the commencement of Solar Cycle 25 as the star governing our solar system, sun's activities impact Earth and the overall space weather. What is a solar cycle? Like seasons on Earth, the sun follows a cycle of 11 years during which solar activities fluctuate between solar minima and maxima. Depending on the number of sunspots detected on the sun, scientists term it as solar maxima, highest number of sunspots, or solar minima, lowest number of sunspots. Sunspots are small and dark yet cooler areas formed on the solar surface where there are strong magnetic forces. So that is what called solar cycle. So Solar Cycle 25, NASA and National Oceanic and the Atmospheric Administration on Tuesday jointly released a consensus statement announcing the commencement of Solar Cycle 25 as the star governing our solar system, sun's activities impact Earth and the overall space weather. Next is IRAD app. The basic IRAD app has been developed and will be customized, integrated as per the requirement of concerned state or UTs. Mobile app of IRAD is available for Android platform, and for other platforms like iOS will be available shortly. The Ministry of Road Transport and Highway is in the process of implementing Integrated Road Accident Database Project, that is IRAD, Integrated Road Accident Database Project, which will be applicable across the country. Next is Rafale Aircraft. Indian Air Force Air Chief Marshal R.K.S. Bhadauria Monday for the first time officially indicated that the decision to buy 2 more squadron of Rafale fighter jets is under consideration. That's the news came in newspaper. So here the discussion is about Rafale Aircraft. Indian Air Force Air Chief Marshal R.K.S. Bhadauria for the first time officially indicated that the decision to buy 2 more squadrons of Rafale fighter jets is under consideration. 5 Rafale jets flew into the Ambala Air Base via Abu Dhabi on July 29 and have already been inducted into IAF Squadron 17. So here the base is what is Rafale and what is the basic GK related to Rafale should be clear in your mind. Last topic of discussion is water on the moon. NASA's Stratospheric Observatory for Infrared Astronomy, that is SOFIA. So SOFIA is Stratospheric Observatory for Infrared Astronomy, has confirmed water on the sun limit surface of the moon. This discovery indicates that water may be distributed across the lunar surface and not limited to cold shadowed places. SOFIA has detected water molecules in Clavius crater, one of the largest craters visible from Earth, located in the moon's southern hemisphere. Previous observations of the moon's surface detected some form of hydrogen, but were unable to distinguish between water and its close chemical relative hydroxyl. So that is a discussion about water on the moon. Stratospheric Observatory for Infrared Astronomy, that is SOFIA, has confirmed water on the sunlit surface of the moon. This discovery indicates that water may be distributed across this lunar surface and not limited to cold shadowed places. SOFIA has detected, that is Stratospheric Observatory for Infrared Astronomy, has detected water molecules in Clavius crater, one of the largest crater visible from Earth located in the moon's southern hemisphere. Previous observations of the moon's surface detected some form of hydrogen, but were unable to distinguish between water and its close chemical relative hydroxyl. So that's all about the science and technology 10 topics. In the next video, we'll be discussing again another 10 topics. So closely watch all the topics and listen to analysis discussion of science and technology, the YouTube video. It's very, very important. Then only you will understand how UPSC is transforming the current affairs into beautiful objective and subjective questions in preliminary and main examination. So that's all for today. Have a great time. Meet you in the next video. Thank you.